Today I have been to make my feet be nice until I have to walk in Jerusalem for 1 month. I'm going to walk around, not the whole month, of course. It sounds like that, but every day in 1 month I walk out, and I need to take care of my feet before I I am there in Israel. So I did that today, and it it didn't cost so very much, but of course it take the money I need to have in Israel. But this was very important to do, and because I got to know things about my condition when it's about my feet, that it's very bad uh, rotation of the blood. My blood is not going around as it should, and it have make my skin be thick like an elephant skin in the lower part of my legs, and so it's very important when I'm coming back from Israel, or if I stay in Israel, whatever I do, I need to move around. So that's okay with my legs to walk around. I need to do that because now I have been still for 4 years. So it have going slower and slower, my blood vessels, and so I need to make it coming around better. So if I coming back to Sweden, I'm going. I have a big gym just on the side of where I live. It takes about 10 minutes to drive to that gym, and there inside the gym I can run and walk like I did before, because there is people that see me if I fall. They come in and take me up or call the ambulance. So I can't do these things outside without any people is around me. So I need to go to the gym, and if I stay in Israel, that means that I have people that take care of me, that I can walk together with them around in Jerusalem and other cities in Israel. But here I don't have anyone that can help me to walk around. And so that's what I did today. I cut my nails, and the woman that took care of my feet, she said that my diabetes have changed my feet, and she said that my nails was like rolling around. It was not a normal nails anymore. It have I said to her, I thought it have growing double the nails, but she said it have going around instead, have growing like that. So that means I can't cut my nails anymore. She have a drill that she use for my nails, and she said that my skin was because of the bad circulation. So that's what have become about because we have this COVID-19 in 3 years. So that's not good. But now the COVID-19 is almost gone. So now I can do things together with other people. But first, I need to go to Israel, and I have a little slime in my throat still, but it's going away more and more. And I don't have any fever, or I'm okay. And today I was always is this with the Muslims people. It's always Muslim that drive the taxi, and I come and talk to someone in the taxi and back home, and he didn't want to let me go off the taxi. He sit and wanted to talk to me about, and he was angry because I didn't agree to what he was saying, and so he was very frustrated, not really angry, but frustrated, and when I started to talk about my DNA, that I have done a test, and then maybe that's why people be angry and confused, because like he thought it was the blood, was that they took the blood from to do the DNA, but that is if he have watch criminal cases on television, movies, and in the movies they never spit to get the DNA. That's not so crazy. That's not what fit into this fantasy criminal movies. So he say wrong because he had a daughter that was had problem, that she autistic, that she was not like a normal daughter for him, and he was angry about that with God, and say that the blood, he was wondering if it was his fault, or is it was the mother's fault that the daughter become autistic and have other problems with her. And I say it have nothing with the DNA to do. The blood test they did on the girls is to see if it's something wrong with the blood. It can be toxic blood that cause, and the chemical inside the body that can cause those problems, but they don't really know what make some kids be autistic, so you can't communicate with them so good, and they have hard to learn and these things. That doesn't need to be nothing about the mother and the father. he wanted to blame the daughter's wrong with the fault on the parents, but it doesn't mean the parents is okay, and the born and the baby be born with this missing pieces in their brain, so they become this, and it have nothing with the parents to do. I say to him, it have the DNA I did. It was saliva I spit in a pipe and send it. The first time I sent it to Ireland, Ireland, and it was so interesting, and that my mother was Jewish and royals, and and I could trace down to Middle East. I say to him, but it have nothing with the blood to do. It's the DNA. It's not the same as the blood. It's or else they have asked me for the blood. But both time when I did DNA, I spit. And it's more when they want to know about illness, why people have some special illness in them. Then they need to take the blood to test, but they don't need to do that in DNA, I told him. So that's what he wanted to ask me. It was wrong to ask, and he got angry, and he didn't like God. And he said that he believed that people, when they die, they go in a casket. They go dig down in the soil and lay in the grave. And I say, before they go into the grave, when they take the last breath, they are gone. They are not in the body anymore. They are leaving. And I told him that everyone, if it's not a very bad person, extremely bad person, that doesn't want to admit they have done wrong things in their life, and all of these people, everyone will see their life, how their life have been, and if they feel they have been good the whole time, that means that they don't understand that they did wrong in their life, and they can't be in heaven. So it's when you see what you have done, even if you come up to heaven, to the court, and you still think that you have done right thing the whole life. And he say, this man, he say, I have done right things the whole time. He say, I help you go out from the taxi, but that have with your job to do. I say to him, that doesn't mean that you are a good man. In that case, as So you say you have not done anything wrong? I asked him. He said, no, I have been nice my whole life. And I say that you maybe didn't see someone there that needed your help, and you didn't go there and ask if there is something you could do for that person. You have ignored people that you should have going and ask if they needed something, and if I have going to people that have standing crying, for example, and I have asked them if why they are crying and talk to them so they can and give them a hug. Have I done so? Comfort them in their crying. And I say, have you seen people, someone with grief and crying, and you have ignored it? How many times do you think that you have ignored to help a person? It's very hard to know it because we are not thinking about it sometimes, because we are so much into ourselves and into our own life, so we don't see another person's need. Have you never done that? I say to him. So of course he'd be upset, because he was this kind of man that he didn't see himself doing anything wrong. He saw himself as total kindly person, and he say that life is not about be angry at each other and fight. Life is not about war. But he only saw that sure face. He didn't see it in the deep. And that's what God see what we are doing. If we only do like we have heard and read what we should do for to be kindly. But those deeper things, that's not touched of those people that say they are 100% kindly. And I have told you, I have not been a kind person my whole life. It have been sometimes things that I could have done better than what I did. I have not been 100% kindly or nice to people. It's many times, and I will ask God for forgiveness for have done these things that I have done, and because I don't want even to look up when I see what I have done. I going to be in such shame for it. And this man, he didn't understood this, that it's not like a checklist. I have asked, I have helped this person coming to could go to the door. Check. I have say hello to my neighbor. Check. It's not like a checklist. There is things that we could have done better, all of us. And but I see it now this is what I wanted to talk about. I see that it's coming very much, uh, not very much, but it's coming evil things to me now. Like it is a last test about to if I can handle evil things coming to me. Because this night I had an evil dream. Not me, I didn't do evil things, but it was someone that was very evil. But I don't remember what it was. But I remember that I was awake in my bed and I talked to God about it. I say, those evil things should not come in here because heaven should protect me from them. I say to God, and I say that you need to hold a protection now when it's only some days left of my walking that I am going to fulfill my walk and I can't fail. So those that coming through that is of evil, they don't scare me, but it's very disturbing to have them coming through when I thought heaven should hold these evil things away from me now. So when I'm going to bed soon, I'm going to talk to God about it and say to protect me from evil visions that is coming to me. And I don't know what it was about this time. You know this about the dog the night before, and now it was more clearly evil than the dog. It was a real, like a person that come through and say evil things to me. But I was not scared, so that's why I don't remember it. The other with the dog, he was cute, and I be sad when I saw that he died. But this one was only a man that was evil that come through, and so it's about to try to trick me, to not take the flight to Israel. But they can't do that. So it's a waste of time to try to scare me, so I don't take the taxi to the airport, because I'm going to do that anyway. If I can't do that if I have to walk, I say. But if I should fail, and then I should say that to God, you know that I did everything could come to Israel, to be in Israel. I did everything I could do to fulfill what I should do without any help. It have not been any help. The evil that come through this night, it had with this person that was sending me money, that it was some trick things to make me go into catastrophic thing in before I coming to Israel. It was about that I should fail, but I will not fail, because God will know that I do everything I can to come to Israel. No matter what people are saying, no matter what condition it is on the hotel that I'm going staying at, it doesn't matter. As long as I have a bed to sleep in, am I okay? Because they ask me, the taxi driver to the feet place. He asked me what I should do in Israel, and I say that it have nothing with me to do. I take the flight to Israel because God have told me that I should go to take the flight to Israel. So I obey what God is telling me. So he asked a little about who is God, and he asked what is his name, what is your God's name, he asked me. And I say to him, it's only here on earth, here on this planet, that we need to have a name. Because up in heaven, they don't need to have names on things, because they are one family. Everyone is like a family, and they know each other about what's in their heart and what's in the spirit way, and they don't talk to each other. So why should they need to have a name when they do telepathy to each other, and then ask something of a person to another person asking something? Why should he need to have a name on that person when they are a full family that live together as a family? And that it's only here on earth, because we don't know each other so well. So we need to have, it's like we are strangers to each other. So we need to place a name to know this is my brother. But you know that it's your brother and a sister in heaven, because you are one. You are one family, living one day together. And there is no sexuality, there is no fight between people. They are one family with everything that have with a great family to do. So what they ask for today, it was really showing that they don't know God. They don't understand what they are reading. They ask me if I read the Bible, and I say I don't read the Bible because I hear what God is saying and what heaven is saying to me. So I don't need that. And so it was only that they didn't understood. And I think they are talking about me that I travel with a taxi. They are not so very many that drive the taxi, so and then it's 95% is Muslims that drive taxi here. So they have, of course, because they are friends and family, and they have talk about that I sit there in the taxi and talk about God to them. So they know me now. And so I am not frightened about what they are saying. And he said to me when he come and get me, there were another person in the taxi also. So he drive this first person to his home and to that man where he lived. And he say when he go out from the taxi, he say, I'm coming back and I am going with this man first, and then I'm going to come back and ask you some questions, he said. And I'm not worried, I'm not frightened, because I should not have lived. I lost my life for 22 years ago. I lost my life that is this ordinary life, the normal life here on this planet. I lost it for 22 years ago, and I become with God, and I was one. And I started to be under God and heaven's school education, and I can see that why they choose me to do this walk that I have done. That they see how strong I am. I'm weak, but I'm strong, because I am not going. In the beginning, when I started to walk under God and God teach me, I was so frightened about everything. I was wondering what should happen. But the more and more and more I learn about heaven and learn about God and what's going on outside from this planet, I be more and more calm. When it was very much trouble, still when I was in the United States and was homeless, and we have troubles going on, I was not frightened anymore. I learned that when I had troubles in my life, it always comes some solution from God. So I was only sitting, and sometimes, and I do that today also. If I should, I hear that I should go and meet someone, and then this person is not there where I go. I sit down on a chair or on a rock and sit there and wait. and suddenly that person is coming. And sometimes they say, "It, I was not on this way to this way. I should go somewhere else." But I felt that it was someone waiting for me that I have to go and talk to, and then it was me. They have felt that they should go there, and I have talked about this from far away, from in the beginning when I started, that I was looking for a Bible to have to the church, and I asked the pastor in that I was in a Salvation Army. I asked him for a Bible, but he didn't have. And then I say to him that someone will come and get me, will come and give me a Bible, I say to, and then I walk away. And then I walk out, and suddenly it was a group of people that was giving away clothes. So I was staying with them and asked if I could help them to place up the clothes. And then someone come and give us hamburger. So I got something to eat. And when I was there with this group of people, someone come and say, "Someone is looking for you." So they say to me, and they didn't know me. But this pastor come, and she said that she heard from God that if it was a Nordic woman, it was a woman from another country that standing and waiting for me to come. And she said, the pastor say I should have going to another place today, but the voice say to me that I should go to this place. And all the people knew who I was, because I was the only one that they didn't know. So they say it must be that woman that's standing there. We don't know her. She come and stop and wanted to help us. And the pastor come to me, and she say, "Ask, what is it? I don't know what you want me to help you with," she say. "Is it something that I can help you with?" I say, "I need a Bible. I don't have a Bible." And she say, I drive around in my car, and if I see a Bible laying that no one have, I pick them up. I pick up all the Bibles I can see. And and I went into her car, and she had about 30 Bibles. And I say, "I know exactly what Bible I want to have, what I'm looking for," I say. It was a leather Bible with not black leather. It should be dark blue leather Bible, I say to her. And she had one laying there. So I got it from her, the Bible. And then when I come, the pastor in the Salvation Army shelter, when he come by next time, I show him the Bible. I say, "I got the Bible." I walk out in the after I have talked to you, and there was a Bible for me to get, and I have that Bible somewhere in my belongings today, but I don't go to a church, so it's laying somewhere. I don't know where it is, because if I should read something in the Bible, I read on the internet what I need to read, because I have told you that I can't read a whole page. I can only read a small part of the Bible, and that what God did the first time he come to me when I was on my way to make a suicide. He make me not could read books anymore. I read books very much. I have lots of books here in my home that I never open up, but I still have them because it's like a memory from the past that I have in those books. But I have read all the books that I have in the bookshelves. But today can't I read. I can't read. God stopped me from read books because he wanted me to listen at him when he talked to me, and not reading about the past, reading what it is here today, not the past and not in the future, just today, what he wants to tell me today. That's what God did. So this is what I wanted to talk about today, and I hope you get some answer in when you listen at my podcast here, and it's seldom I have, but I have got listener from Muslim countries, and I tell you the same thing that I say to the taxi driver. I told him that I am not in any religion. I hear from God. That's it. I don't need religions because that's man-made. God have not make those religions. God is God. No matter what name you call him, that is name for this planet. The name of God is the name of what to call him on this planet. And I know many fighting about what the name is about God's name. God's name is it's your personal name on him. If you want to name him whatever you want to name him, it's your heart and what's in your soul that make him know that you are talking to him, not the name. It doesn't matter if his name is God or Allah, or if it's Shema or whatever. God is God only. So if you have a relationship with God, that's the relationship between you and him, and you can call him any name. He is not going to be disturbed of it, because he listened to your heart, and He know your mindset also. If it's focused and directed on him, then it's okay. No matter the name. You should not kill because of we we don't like what other people call him. God doesn't kill. People kill, but God doesn't kill. So thank you for listening, and God bless you.